Class 9. Behave English. Chapter 1. The Fun They Had. Thinking about text. 1. Answer these questions in a few words or a couple of sentences each. 1. How old are Margie and Tommy? 2. What did Margie write in her diary? 3. Had Margie ever seen a book before? 4. What things about the book did she find strange? 5. What do you think a telebook is? 6. Where was Margie's school? Did she have any classmates? 7. What subjects did Margie and Tommy learn? Answer. 1. Margie is 11 and Tommy is 13 years old. 2. Margie wrote, "Today's Tommy found a real book." 3. No, Margie had never seen a book before. 4. Margie found it strange that the words printed on a book stood still instead of moving the way they did on a screen. She also found it odd that the words on a page always remained the same as the first time they were read. Beside the idea that someone would write a book about a school, what was itself strange for Margie? 5. A book that can be displayed on a screen is called telebook. 6. Margie's school was in her home itself, right next to her bedroom. No, she did not have any classmates. 7. Margie and Tommy learned geography, history and arithmetic. 2. Answer the following with reference to the story. First, I wouldn't throw it away. 1. Who says these words? 2. What does it refers to? 3. What is it being compared with by the speaker? Answer. 1. Tommy said these words. 2. It refers to the television screen on which you could read over millions of books. 3. Tommy is comparing the television screen to the real books. In earlier times in which words were printed on paper, he thought that after reading such books, one would have to throw them away. However, he would never have to throw away his telebooks. 2. Sure, they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher. It was a man. 1. Who does they refers to? 2. What does regular means here? 3. What is it contrasted with? Answer. 1. They refers to the students who studied in the old kind of schools centuries before the time of the story is set in. 2. Here, regular refers to the mechanical teachers that Tommy and Margie had. 3. The mechanical teacher is contrasted with the teacher of the earlier times who was a human being. 3. Answer each of these questions in a short paragraph, about 30 words. 1. What kind of teachers did Margie and Tommy have? Answer. Margie and Tommy had mechanical teachers. They were large and black and ugly and had large black screens on which all the lessons were shown and questions were asked. These mechanical teachers had a slot in which the students had to put their homework and test papers. They had to write their answers in a punch code and the mechanical teachers calculated the marks immediately. 2. Why did Margie's mother send for the county inspector? Answer. Margie had been given many tests in geography by the mechanical teacher, but there was no improvement in her performance. It only kept getting worse. It is for this reason that Margie's mother sent for the county inspector to find out why this was happening. 3. What did he do? Answer. The county inspector gave Margie an apple and started working on the mechanical teacher. He took it apart and then checked it. Margie had hoped that the inspector would not know how to put the mechanical teacher together again, but he managed to resemble it. He slowed down the geography sector of the teacher because it was geared a little too quick for an average 10-year-old. 4. Why was Margie doing badly in geography? What did the county inspector do to help her? Answer. Margie was doing badly in geography because the geography sector of the mechanical teacher had been geared a little too quick. The county inspector rightly told her that she could not be blamed for her poor performance. The county inspector slowed down the geography sector of the mechanical teachers to an average 10-year level. He also told Mrs. Jones that Margie's overall progress pattern was satisfactory. 5. What had once happened to Tommy's teacher? Answer. Once, the history sector of Tommy's teacher had once blanked out completely. 6. Did Margie have regular days and hours for school? If so, why? Answer. Yes, Margie had regular days and hours for school. This was because her mother believed that learning at regular hours helped little girls learn better. Her mechanical teacher was also on at the same time every day except Saturday and Sunday. 7. How does Tommy describe the old kind of school? Answer. Tommy described old kind of school as a special building where all kinds studied together. There were hundreds of students studying and playing together. They used to shout and laugh together in an open yard. 8. How does he describe the old kind of teachers? Answer. Tommy said that old kind of teachers was men who taught the students inside a special building. The teachers taught the children in groups and gave them homework and asked them questions. 4. Answer each of these questions in 2 or 3 paragraphs, 100 to 150 words. 1. What are the main features of the mechanical teachers at the schoolrooms that Margie and Tommy have in the story? Answer. Margie and Tommy had mechanical teachers. They had large black screen on which all the lessons were shown and questions were asked. They had a slot in which students had to put their homework and test papers. They had to write their answers in a punch code, and the mechanical teachers calculated the marks immediately. Their schools were in their home town itself. They did not have any classmates. They learned geography, history, and arithmetic. They had regular days and hours for schools. Margie's school was right next to her bedroom. The mechanical teacher always turned on at the same time every day, except Saturday and Sundays, because her mother said that little girls learn better when they learn at regular hours. Number 2. Why did Margie hate school? Why did she think the old kind of school must have been fun? Answer. Margie hated school because it was not fun. A mechanical teacher used to teach her every day at a fixed time. Recently, she had been doing badly in the geography test that her mechanical teachers had been giving her. Her mother was not happy with the performance and sends for the county inspector. She hopes that the inspector would take the mechanical teacher away. She is disappointed when the county inspector managed to assemble all the parts of the mechanical teacher. The part that she hated the most was inserting the homework and test papers in the slot on the mechanical teacher. She did not like the fact that she had to write her answer in a punch code. She thought that the old kind of school must have been fun, as she imagined all kids from the entire neighborhood coming together, laughing and shouting in the schoolyard. She imagined that they would sit together in the classroom and go home together. At the end of the day, they would learn the same things and could help one another with the homework and talk about it. Also, the teacher were people. All these aspects made her believe that the old kind of school must have been fun. 3. Do you agree with Margie that schools today are more fun than the school in the story? Give reason for your answer. Answer. Yes, I agree. School today are more fun than the school in the story. In the story, there is no interactions among the students regarding studies. Studying and answering questions seems to be a boring idea. Doing homework without anybody's help and writing them in a punch code would also be draining. Moreover, children develop a better understanding about each other and of their surroundings when they go to a school and interact with each other. It is a healthier way of learning. Listening to the teachers explaining lesson is always more interesting than reading the entire lesson on a mechanical computer. Also, if any student faced any problem with the subject or in homework, he can discuss it with the teacher and other kids. It is impossible to discuss problem and situations with a mechanical teacher that is only programmed to teach in a particular manner. The excitement of waiting to know the marks scored in exam is greater when one is sitting in a classroom with other students. It does not have the same effect when the marks are calculated immediately after a test has been taken. Finally, the friends that you make at school are most probably the best friends that you will ever make in your entire life. The various qualities that you learn in school like obedience, respect, kindness for others, sharing, taking part in school games, sports, and other activities are all a part of school education today. Therefore, schools today are more fun Then the school in the story is they are more interactive. They promote a healthy environment for the students to study and learn. Thinking about language. 1. Find the sentence in the lesson which have the adverbs given in the box below. Awayfully, sorrowfully, completely, loftily, carefully, differently, quickly, nonchalantly. Answer. 1. They turned the pages which were yellow and crinkly, and it was awfully funny to read words that stood still instead of moving the way they were supposed to on a screen, you know. The mechanical teacher had been giving her test after test in geography, and she had been doing worse and worse until her mother had shaken her head sorrowfully and sent for the county inspector. They had once taken Tommy's teachers away for nearly a month because the history sector had blanked out completely. He added loftily, pronouncing the word carefully, centuries ago. But my mother says a teacher has to be adjusted to fit the mind of each boy and girl it teaches, and that each kind has to be taught differently. I didn't say I didn't like it, Margie said quickly. Maybe, he said nonchalantly. Now use these adverbs to fill in the blanks in the sentence below. 1. The report must be read, dash, so that performance can be improved. 2. At the interview, Samir answered our questions, dash, shrugging his shoulders. 3. We all behave, dash, when we are tired or hungry. 4. The teacher shook her head, dash, when Ravi lied to her. 5. I dash forget about it. 6. When I complimented Revanthi on her success, she just smiled, dash, and turned away. 7. The president of the company is dash busy and will not be able to meet you. 8. I finished my work, dash, so that I could go out to play.